Alright, this is the start of a new series that I am interested in doing here. I touched on this series a bit before when I did some earlier indie games, and I kind of want to come back to it now, but this time I'm going to be doing some commentary. The basis for the series is just every day I'm going to do a different indie game. Almost all of these are going to be free or freely available. I will have a download link to these where you can find them if you want to play them yourselves. Sometimes these will be demos, sometimes they will be full games, sometimes flash games, full releases, you know, pretty much a very wide variety of stuff. The game I'm playing here is called Timeframe. This is a recent release, and it's just a very simple sort of cinematic exploration game. And I'm interested in doing this series because I really like indie games, and I really think there is a lot of creativity in the sort of indie game market, industry, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of stuff out there that people don't get exposed to. I would like to get more exposed to it, and in doing that, I think I can also record some of that and record some of my impressions, and maybe other people will want to play along or see something they get interested in or something like that. My commentary on these is probably going to vary a bit. Sometimes stuff will need, wow, that looks nice. Sometimes stuff is going to need a lot of commentary, sometimes not a whole lot. And it's just going to vary depending on what I play. This game, I would say, it's very good looking, it's very clearly made in Unity, and it is indeed a Unity game. It's got that Unity content creation look, what with the streaks in the landscape there. But a lot of good detail in there, actually. This, the way you started out and how you're approaching up to the sun here, that's a nice little build-up. And a lot of people kind of have issues with these cinematic games and stuff like this, and in stuff I've mentioned on the channel, I've maybe alluded to that at points, that I'm not a huge fan of overly cinematic stuff. But generally speaking, that's not really true. I actually really like cinematic games when they play to their strengths. It's just that I don't think a lot of cinematic stuff today plays to its strengths. David Cage's games are a really good example of stuff that I think does really poorly for what it's even trying to do. The stories aren't really that well developed. Indigo Prophecy just turns into, I don't even know what you want to call the last part of that game, but just absolute shit towards the end of it, and I think that they just introduced way too many villains. Then Heavy Rain, you get the issue where it outright lies to you in order to maintain its narrative consistency, and it's kind of like, I don't have a problem with cinematic games. I like what those games did, but ultimately they didn't do what they set out to do very well. And I think that's what made them not interesting. And they're also kind of less interesting because David Cage is a kind of a huge dick, really. And he's really concerned with sort of pumping himself up and thinking what he does in the gaming industry is incredibly important, and that interactive cutscenes are going to be the next big step and everything like that, and I don't know, that's just kind of a harmful mentality. I think, at least. So yeah, in any case, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm vaguely going in this direction because that was the direction of the sun. I guess technically I actually don't need to do that. There's nothing really saying I have to go that way. But I guess part of your naturalistic level design that I am immediately drawn towards the giant glowing object. And the little byline for this game, too, is that Timeframe is... time is actually slowed down in this game. You can't really see it too well right now. There's not a lot of effects going on. But you can kind of see it in... maybe I'll get closer to the fire up there. But you can kind of see it in some of the smaller effects. You know, leaves float around very slowly, so it's supposed to be a really truncated time span of normal space. Yeah, this area definitely seems important back here. These look like giant torches with the fire up there. Other side, no. Oh, I think there's supposed to be a fountain here. Yeah, you can see the water here. It's falling very, very, very slowly. Still kind of moving now. Triangles are a nice touch there. Water is one of those things that's very, very, very hard to get looking properly in Unity, and I like going with the abstraction in the triangles for that. I don't have the greatest computer in the world, so that's maybe going to limit a little bit of what I am able to play here and what I am able to record. There's a lot of stuff I can play, but I can't play it and record since I have to run that all off the same software at the same time. Okay, that's cool now, too, because now we're getting the cloth billowing effect on the big things on the tower up here. So where am I going here? Can't tell if the sun is supposed to be setting here, or if it's just that I'm continuing on this way and it's getting... I mean, it's getting blocked out, definitely, but it kind of seems like it's going to be lower in the sky. I don't know, maybe I'm just insane. This is nice music, though. I don't know, it hits on that nice low key. It really helps with the exploration kind of vibe that's going on. That sounds... oh. Okay. Well. That's new. Okay, that's looking like a meteor. Oh, and the music picked up, yeah. Alright, and I think we just get a fade to white here. And that's the totality of Timeframe. Nice little experience there. You know, 10 minutes long. Not a huge investment or anything like that. Interesting enough little experimental title. Like I said, I'm going to try having one of these things out. Probably about 5-6 days a week. We'll see how it goes, see what kind of games I can get a hold of and stuff like that. It's going to vary a lot. I'm not really going to pigeonhole myself. This is kind of an excuse to just play something new every day and play whatever I want. And I hope it's going to be interesting enough to keep on doing it. Thanks for watching, and I'll have another one of these out tomorrow.